Hello, and welcome back to Password. We're still here with Ozzy Boy, and he's doing the things. Oswin sighed and put the photo away, adjusting his glasses. There is nothing more. Excuse me. I'm sitting on my chair. Weird. Fuck. Why'd I do that? Is there anything more? Is there anything more you want out of me right now, Dave? I can't. This is going great. That sentence went off perfectly. Some magical way that's not knocking me out, to give me the space to process what's happening to me. Why do I remember things that didn't happen? Why is everything so vivid? I'm surprised that you're having this reaction after using the Volt so many times. If it was Thanatos' doing, then yeah, I'd get it. But it just feels different now. Well, I'd recommend getting something to eat and lying down. Take the moment to properly breathe and take stock of what you want to do. Or don't. Have a coffee and power through the day instead. I'll figure it out when I get to the kitchen. Plus, there's still just so much else I want to think about. Maybe lying down is for the best. Oswin guided me out of the passage, and we parted ways at the bottom of the stairs leading up. As I walked across the foyer, and I could still see flashes of what was happening in my memory, making me stumble. I just had to ground myself somehow, ground myself in a way that I could then base everything else off of. As I walked into the kitchen, I went for the coffee machine and grabbed a mug, though didn't pour myself a cup. Was it better to be alert on caffeine, or have something more mellow to gather my thoughts? I decided on coffee. I didn't want to have tea, otherwise I'd potentially find myself falling asleep. Besides, it felt as though my mind was processing slower than it should have been, so I needed the jump start. Then, it was back upstairs with my mug, drinking deep from it as I set it down on the side table, and then lie down. My name is Dave Holloway. I'm on vacation with my friends. We are currently in danger because of Memphis, Jack, and Dominic, who are out in the woods. I sighed, sitting up to finish my coffee. It burned on the way down, but I didn't care. Tonight, I would have gone out into the woods with Oswin. He had a letter to give me, and a message to pass on to Roswell. Then after that, there was a shack. Memphis was there. We played Yu-Gi-Oh! Shaking my head, I tried to grasp at the memory of, but it was fading fast. But also, tonight, Roswell would go off on his own. I'd noticed and sneaked away from Tyson to go find him, because he'd been acting strange, because I could remember things I shouldn't. But it also means that someone needs to go in tonight. Dean, probably. With a sigh, I sank into the bed just as the door to my room opened. Oh. For some reason, I thought it was going to be Tyson, route partner. You know what I mean? Dave, can we talk? Do I have to get up? I guess not. Is now a bad time? No, it's fine. Just gathering my thoughts. After your private chat with Roswell earlier, I can only imagine. He told you what we talked about already. I was hoping to hear it from you, actually. Well, sit down. It's going to be a bit. Is it? Before we get into this, what if I told you I figured out who was behind it all? Behind every Volt Vision, behind people being in danger. I'd be asking who, but what are we going to do about it? What if I said it was someone in this house? Then all the more reason that we should be telling everyone. Orlando, what if it was me? The prospect made him come to a screeching halt, and he tried to come up with some rationale that didn't seem like an attack on me, or that's what it looked like anyway. It's not, but that's kind of the problem, isn't it? You didn't seem to have any problem explaining away any wrongdoing. I could have done, but if it was anyone else, well...
This is what you talked to Roswell about!
We both kind of have figured it out. He knew before me, so I had to just give him a piece of my mind.
But who is it, though? Is it Dean?
Really? Really? You're gonna blame the bear? The cute bear who's done nothing wrong? His only crime was being horny? No, it's not Dean.
Then...
It doesn't matter. What matters is, what do you think I should do with this information?
Well, if you and Roswell both know, then it should be simple. We find out why they did it, and find out a way to use it to get us off the mountain.
They did it to keep me alive. The worst part of it... the worst part of it all is that if I were to die, everyone else dies too.
How? That sounds so...
Tragic?
I was going to say anime.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, at least Haas would be happy.
Dave, you wouldn't be saying that after explaining that everyone else dies if you do. How does everyone else die?
I don't know specifics, just that it's really tragic.
No, of course it is.
Oh, and the other part. The reason we're currently in danger with your dad and stuff. Completely unrelated. Fate just had it out for us.
Seriously? This is all just bad luck?
Something like that. Yeah. He groaned and sat down on the floor, shaking his head.
So, what's the next step?
That's why I'm lying down. My head hurts from just thinking about it.
You need to drink more water. And eat something.
I will, eventually.
Dave, you know I love you, right?
I sat up just enough to look at him, the comment having caught me off guard.
Just whatever you want to tell me. I'll listen. I might not understand or even really know what to say or do after you're done, but I'll listen.
Thanks. It's okay. I sat up fully, stretching out. So, someone needs to go in with Oswin tonight. I was thinking, if he's willing, we should send Dean.
All right.
Just that... no. Questions, or...
What did... Oh, wait. Did you want me to be asking? No offense to Dean, he's fine, but... wasn't the plan to send Roswell?
Yeah. So turns out doing that kills him. Same if I go instead.
Was this something you saw in the vault?
May as well have been. You haven't seen Dean, have you? Probably should check with him sooner rather than later. He's always standing outside the back door. That's always what's happening.
Downstairs, probably.
Well, I go ask him. Is there anything else we need to cover, or are we good? He shook his head and I stood up. Oh, excuse me. Seeing me make moves, Orlando got up as well. But before I forget, I hugged him hard, solidly around the middle, or as far as my arms would let me reach around his bulk. Hang in there, Orlando. Everything is going to turn out okay. We went downstairs together, though he split off towards the kitchen, insisting that I needed to eat something. The reading's hard. I headed towards the backyard where I could see Dean and Haas waiting. Oh my god! Haas is here! Look at this lad. I haven't seen him in ages. But will he have real speaking lines? This is the question. Hey guys.
How are you feeling, Dave?
Good. Well, not great, but better than I thought I'd be. Oh my god. Even after yesterday? What? It took me a moment to register what happened yesterday, what he was talking about, and that I hadn't actually seen them both since. Oh, with Thanatos.
Not to mention missing breakfast.
Yeah, I had. Something to figure out.
And that something is?
Just something with today, that's all. I turned to face Dean, and when he noticed the difference in how I was standing, he did a double take.
What?
Dean, if you had to, would you go into the woods?
I'm sorry.
Dave,
What are you getting at?
so the original plan to send Roswell in with Oswin tonight, right? Turns out, doing that gets him killed.
So you're going to send Dean instead?
Not if he isn't okay with it.
You're sure he gets killed?
Yeah, he goes in and dies. If I go, apparently I die, so if no one goes, we're stuck with Memphis coming back. At least if someone else goes, we can avoid that much.
And Dean because I have experience.
Basically, yeah. We could send anyone else, but you're the one who has probably the best odds to make it back.
Well, you're right. I'm likely the one with the most experience.
He was shifting uncomfortably on the spot, and I quickly shook my head. If you don't want to go, that's fine. We'll think of something, but I didn't want to just volunteer you without asking first.
Well, it sounds like we don't have a choice, do we?
Really, Dean? We don't have to send anyone if you're not comfortable. He looks between the two of us before settling his gaze on me.
This is just how it needs to be, right?
I give him a wry smile and he shook his head. There's a word there. Oh, gee, am I knocking it? Nope, I'm good. I'm good.
I'll do it. The more we think about whether it's the right call or not, the more time we waste. So, it's fine.
What? Oh, that's the wrong key. Okay.
Dean, if you run into something out there, like an ambush, what if any of the others options?
Wait, what if any of the other options do? What if any of the other options? What? What if any of the other options do? Am I having a stroke? What does that mean? I don't know.
It's just a risk that someone's going to have to take. Regardless of how much we do or don't like it.
I'm sorry, Dean.
If it gets us home, then we'll call it even. If you still feel bad afterwards, then we can worry about it then.
Alright, sure.
Hey, so, I brought snacks.
Oh, okay. It was a plate with sandwiches. Nothing fancy, but it didn't need to be. I snatched one up eagerly, followed soon by Dean, who did the same. Haas was a bit more reserved, and the four of us watched the woods for any sign of movement. Eventually, Haas decided to keep watch out in front just in case. And then sometime later, Orlando decided to join him to do the same.
So, you sure you're feeling alright?
Dean's question, after a long stretch of silence, almost made me jump. I guess. I'm still feeling a little out of it. I haven't been sleeping all that well.
Not to mention what happened yesterday.
That didn't help for sure, but in general, just a lot has been going on. You know how it is.
We're so close to the end of this vacation, but it hasn't really felt like one.
Once we're home, I'm planning on spending some well-earned time relaxing. An actual vacation. We'll go to the beach with Tyson and everything.
Got any ideas?
The beach. Yeah! I want to go to the beach.
The beach, huh?
Yeah, maybe do some painting or sunbaking. Though, just listening to the waves would be nice. A fond smile found its way back onto my face, and I made myself comfortable against the railing surrounding the deck. Soon, it'll all happen soon.
What's going on out here?
Tyson and Sal came out to join us next, lingering by the back door. Nothing, Ty, just looking forward to getting home, that's all.
How's it going? How's the wait going?
God, I can't do a deep voice. I'm a soft lad.
Nothing yet. Still, just waiting.
They, I'm reading the name tag, fuck. Haas and Orlando headed out in front a while ago, just in case they came from that direction.
Yeah, I'll go see how they're doing. Haven't seen Haas since breakfast.
I flashed him a quick smile before he disappeared back inside, seemingly distracted by something.
He was in a hurry to leave.
I bet he just wants to check in with his friend.
And here I thought we were slowly becoming friends.
Tyson is just like that. Don't take it personally, Sal.
Anyone seen Roswell?
I was with him before I came out to check on you.
I saw him talking to Benson earlier. He had Thanatos with him as well.
I'll add on that Oswin has just been in his lab, so he's accounted for too.
Good. No one's missing.
Not much else happened, the three of us keeping watch and idly chatting to pass the time. I felt I'd be nervous, but instead, I was filled with a sense of calm, an odd sense of calm. When it started to get dark, I wondered if I should go find Oswin to see if anything had changed, or if there was anything else left unsaid from our previous talks. Not to mention had Dean done no preparation for his trek into the woods. I'd excused myself briefly to go retrieve my flashlight, and in the time I was gone, Oswin had shown up to ask Dean if he was willing to join him. Then spent the rest of the day in the dining room playing a board game with Roswell and Orlando. I floated between the groups, checking in with Haas and Tyson only once. But why? They're the best. They were just fine, like Dean and Sal, though. Like Dean and Sal were. Though I'd wondered where Benson and Thanatos had ended up. Probably in a gun contest. I'd love to see Benson and Thanatos just pull guns out on each other. Oh, look at this lad. Look how big this lad is. Dominic stepped out of the trees. The slight familiar in a way that made me reach slowly for my side. A dull ache forming there for reasons I wasn't quite sure. He made the trek to where we were on the deck and stopped shy of the stairs.
Sorry I'm late.
It's all right. I'm just glad you came back. He nodded briefly with a nod, looking between Sal, Dean, and I.
So we're heading into the woods.
Dean held out his hand with my flashlight and I handed it over. Okay, knowing that he needed it more than I did.
No, Oswin coming too. Oh, I'm right here.
Oswin stepped out from the back door, and behind him I could see Roswell, looking uncertain, but gave me a quick nod when he noticed that I'd seen him.
So, if it'll be myself and Dean occupying you tonight, Dominic, I trust this is fine. Suits me fine.
So we in the woods.
You'll show me the route off the mountain, and then I'll come back. You got it. Then, you've got some amount of time to scram before we pay a visit in person. Alright, we'll get going. It's already starting to get dark, and it's only going to get darker. Stay close. Don't fall behind, 'cause I'm not stopping.
Without waiting, he turned and started to trudge towards the trees.
Wish us luck. If all goes well, this nightmares of yours ends tonight. See you all soon.
Soon enough, they disappeared among the trees, leaving us behind. There they go.
I hope Dean will be back soon. I have faith that he'll do his best to return fast, but I feel soon might not be soon enough.
I'll go fill in Haas and Tyson that they've already left. That happened pretty fast.
And I guess I'll tell Orlando.
Leaving me with Thanatos, right? I get to chat with Thanatos. Do we get to hang out? He's a cute lad. Stuck with me, Dave. Yeah! Oh, Joy. What do you mean? He's a good lad. Look at him. Anyway, I'll end the part here. So I will see you around, everyone.